I get it. You're concerned you're about to run a program and some of the people in the room may not understand you because they don't speak English. I've been there and done that. You've got to walk away with at least 3 non-verbal activities that you can use with your group that will instantly engage them, trigger lots of interaction and make them smile and laugh. Stick with me all the way through to the end of this video. Over the course of my 35-year career, I've had the fortune of traveling to many countries throughout this world, many of which I've not been able to speak the local language. So for example, if I'm in China or Japan or Taiwan or Thailand, in all of those cases, while I haven't been able to speak the language, I've had the benefit of having a group of translators, which is wonderful. However, we all appreciate that sometimes stuff gets lost in translation. Well, with all of my experience, there's one thing that I've found the most powerful of all. Psst. Show and don't tell. Show the group you're going to be working with exactly what you're expecting of them, and you won't need to use or open your mouth. The 3 activities I'm about to share with you do exactly that. They show and not tell. They're some of my favorite non-verbal forms of activities. They don't need any equipment, they're super fun and will engage your group and more often than not trigger bursts of laughter. And stick away all the way to the end and you will also receive a link to download a free ebook that'll give you 10 more of these wonderful group games and activities. Those few seconds is all I need to do with the group I might be standing before. Small groups standing in front of me or a huge auditorium of people sitting and facing me. And just that sequence of claps, which was not particularly complex, and then me just turning my ear is a signal, if not for many people, some people will respond. And so if I go, then the rest of the group will go, and that's my cue. I then do another simple form of clap, and this time more people, respond. And then by the time I get to my 3rd clap, again, I've said nothing. The entire audience are now mimicking my clap. It's called copy clap, and if you go to playmeo.com, you can download and access all the step-by-step instructions, but it's as simple as that. And then I have a little bit of fun with it, which would be the benefit of going to Playmeo, because then you can look at a video, you can download lots more variations of what I've just done to eke out a little bit more value from the activity. But the key is to be able to make it really clear that you've done something you want a response to, and then have some fun with it. Do some really complex clapping, and it often just sort of degenerates into a series of clapping, basically starting the program. And I've opened very large conferences with exactly that activity, but I've also standing before a group of Chinese people or Japanese people who don't understand a word I'm saying, but they know exactly what I'm expecting of them with this activity. Hey, before we go on, if you happen to like that activity and you could imagine yourself actually presenting it maybe to your next group, could you hit the like button below? Because the more likes I get for this video, it's going to send a strong signal to me and my team to be able to share more activities of this nature on our YouTube channel. Okay, moving on. Number 2, it's called gotcha. And it's as simple as taking one finger and placing it into the open palm, often held in a flat way, in front of that person. So if I start with a pair, so maybe you're just turning to the person next to you or behind you, in front of you, or if you're standing, you could actually form a circle. And each person, starting with maybe their left hand nice and flat, they use their right finger and place it into the palm of the person, in this case, on their right hand side. And here's the kicker. If you haven't already worked it out, because I haven't said anything, all I've indicated to everyone is to be able to hold out their hand and then hold out their finger. Once I set it up, we are ready to go. Now, most people, regardless of whether they know English or not, understand what happens when I say the word go. At which point, go! Your object is to avoid being caught by the person on your right and try to catch the finger of the person on your left. And if you did get them, you say, gotcha. Wow. It is so explosive in the triggers of laughter and the shrieks of delight, because there's always some in the group, maybe many in your group, that did not see this coming, which I find hilarious. And that's just the start. Again, go to playmeo.com, punch in the word gotcha, and you will see many, many ways in which this activity can be varied. At a minimum, you could just simply swap it to the other hand as an example. So check that out at playmeo. Okay, moving on to number 3. Again, I haven't said anything. I'm standing before my group. More often than not, this one works if people can actually get up and move. So maybe not so appropriate for an auditorium. But if the group is just gathered in front of you in a bit of an open space, you are ready to go. And the first thing I do is that I indicate that I have my hand up, and I just find someone who's standing next to me or close to me and give them a high five. And then I start to go find my second person to high five. And then I give a little bit of an indication to invite everyone to join with me. It normally takes a couple of seconds before people work it out. And once 2 people, 4 people, 8 people, 16, 32 people, very, very quickly, they work out that everyone is invited to do a quick handshake. And that is the first of 5. It is completely up to you. I've got a huge repertoire of greetings involving hands that I pull out from time to time when I'm working with groups. And you need only 5. And there's no magic in 5. You could do 4, you could do 6. But here's 5. You might do high five. You might do a low five, that is open palm but nice and low, somewhere around your knee. Again, same thing, haven't said anything. Just do low five and you try to get to everybody. Fist bump, elbow tap. Here's another one favorite, just a little bonus to add to it. I call it happy salmon. And that each time I pull out my forearm, I'm actually looking for my partner to do the same thing. So imagining this is their forearm, they place it on this side so they're actually parallel to each other. And then I just flap around as if they were a fish out of water. Shrieks of delight, lots of fun. Nothing has been said, and it's clear because of the preceding handshakes that we've done that we're about to do this with everybody as well. Often we call it 5 handshakes in 5 minutes, but it's often done and dusted in less than 2 or 3 minutes. And it's not important that everyone gets to everyone. The point of all of these activities is the interaction, the opportunity to play, to interact, and to share with others is the most important part. Okay, thank you so much if you've made it this far into the video, because I'm now going to reward you. I've got a bonus for you. It's a free ebook which you can immediately download. It'll cost you nothing. It's called The Top 10 Icebreakers and Group Games. I think one of the activities I've shared in this video is actually in this ebook, which means you're going to get 9 other ideas to add to what you've just learned here. And if you just go to the link that's shown on the screen, playmeo.com/free-ebook. Just punch in your email address and you'll be able to download that ebook and gain a whole lot more of these really fun interactive group games and activities to add to your repertoire. And finally, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video down below. And if you really like it, please do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. We're on our way to 70,000 subscribers. Help us get there if you could. And if you really would like to know when the next video drops, perhaps this is your first time that you've come across this particular channel, go ahead and hit the bell notification and YouTube will let you know every time we drop a new video, which on average is about once a week. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And for now, have fun out there.